So, this is the first day of the easing of the current lockdown, which means we are allowed out on our bikes. It's a bit cold, but it's sunny, and I had a few errands to run, so I thought we'd take the W and come home on the scenic route. I've been wanting to do an oil change on it anyways, because it's been sat over the winter, and I always like to give it fresh oil and filter at the beginning of the season. So we're currently on the Redroof to Portreath Road, which is a terrible road, which is good because I've had to play with the suspension settings on the forks here. When you fit these cartridges, they recommend for the first 300, 400, 500 miles you just leave it at the factory settings and then adjust after that. Well, I've done well over 500 now, and the front was a bit bouncy, so I've wound the rebound down a bit and a little bit on the compression, and we'll just see if on these terrible roads it stops pogoing it around so much. Done a few other couple of little things since my last video, so we'll stop somewhere scenic and we'll have a look at them. And I've finally come into the 21st century, and I have a mobile phone with a camera on it now, so I can use that to do the off the bike filming, so that should be interesting. I have used a bike over the winter, just to, on the occasional nice day. I pulled it out, taken her to work and back. Because I'm a key worker, I've worked all through this current lockdown, and just made sure I've cleaned the salt off it after every run, because this year they did seem to put an awful lot of salt down, and if you leave it, yeah, we all know what happens. You've got to be a bit careful on this road, because Devon and Cornwall's finest constabulary like to just park up, because it's a 30 limit, and they just like to park up somewhere and just catch people flying down here at 50 miles an hour. So the car in front of us is doing 30, so we'll just follow him to Portreath. I actually had a problem when I got this out over the winter. When I started it up, the main beam light was lit, but the headlight wasn't working at all. And I took it to work with no headlight on. And by the time I got to work, the headlight was on again. So when I got home, I just took all the connections apart in the switch and in the headlight, gave everything a good clean with switch cleaner, put it all back together, and it's been fine. So maybe a little bit of corrosion in there was just confusing the switch a bit, but apart from that, she overwintered fine. But like I say, I like to change the oil at the beginning of the season because it's been sat there all winter. It's only done a sort of 1,500 miles on this oil, but hey, oil's cheap. So here we are, Portreath. A lot of bikes like to come down to Portreath. There's a nice car park, well, as nice as a car park can be, with free parking for bikes, so we might see a few out there, but we're not going to stop here. We'll go up onto the North Cliffs Coast Road, and there's a few nice little car parks up there where it'll hopefully be a bit quiet, and we can show you some upgrades that I've done over the winter. Nothing, you know, amazing, but there's always bits to add to your bike, isn't there? Ah, I see many Harley Davidsons are parked up. There's a couple of bikes there, look, but we're not stopping here. This corner could be covered in sand. Oh no, someone's cleaned it up. Lovely jubbly. Come on, my dear. There you go. Try and hang back a bit, because I like to wang it up this hill. Oh, I've got new tyres. I went for some Pirellis. I did have Continental Goes on, and I've had them on my work bike, and they were really good, but they just weren't very good on this. No, you know, no feeling, a bit squirmy. Talking of squirmy, I put these on, and I set it to the normal 28-32 tyre pressure, and I didn't. I thought, oh no, I bought another set of tyres that I don't like. The back was like squirmy, and then Rob, the oracle at work, said go onto the Pirelli website and they'll have a chart for your bike for the tyre pressures. So I did that, and lo and behold, 29 at the front, 36 at the rear. So I've got them set to that now, and yeah, they're much better. I've only got 30 miles on them at the minute, so I'm still gingerly wearing them in. But yeah, I won't be scraping any pegs anyways. Okay, let's find a car park. It's time for a cigarette. Okay, car park. Where are you to? Could have had that one. Never mind. There's more. Yeah, this one will do. Oh, here we are at the North Cliffs. Pulled up for a cigarette. You can see, I don't know if you can see, I don't know, because this camera is the first time I've used it. I apologise for any wind noise. But there's RAF Portreif over there, you can see the radar. And way over there, which you probably can't see because I can only just see, is St Ives. But yeah, there's lots of these nice little car parks along this road. You can just pull off, have a cigarette, or whatever you want. But we'll go and take a look at the bike, and I'll show you some things I've done over the winter. Here she is from her winter layup. So yes, like I said, got some Pirellis on the back now. Happy with them so far, but only done a few miles, so we'll have to report back on that. The main upgrade is this lovely little TPS sensor cover that I bought from Japan. I saw another YouTube video by a guy named JP, I think his bike's called Daisy. He's on one of them new ones for him. And he had one fit to his bike, and I just thought, oh, that's nice. I'd never really noticed the horrible plastic TPS, but that little 40 quid cover just looks lovely. Nice. And I found a new polish, Maguire's mirror finish. Normally I've been using wax, but I gave that a shot. Yeah, it's come up lovely. And so I've done some adjustment on the suspension, wound them in a bit. So yeah, just looking forward now to getting some decent riding in. Hopefully this easing of the lockdown will continue and we can get out. So there you go. I'm going to have a cigarette and then we'll hit the road again. Yeah, much better. Still a bit bouncy, might give it another turn, but definite improvement. I mean, look at that. It's like the bloody Psalm. If you're stuck for more YouTube content on motorcycles, I recommend a channel called Saddlebags73. He's a lad from North Cornwall, rides around on a Royal Enfield Classic 500, and he's also got a very nice Kawasaki Z900 RS. Well worth a watch, funny guy, regular uploader unlike my good self. So yeah, check him out. He's doing a social ride at the end of May, and I've already booked the day off for that, so, and that's going to go up to Dartmoor, so I'm looking forward to that. We'll turn off here. So, I think I'm going to wrap it up here. I'm on the way home again on an incredibly bumpy road. The suspension at the front is behaving itself much better. So, happy with that. A few more little tweaks maybe. So, thank you for watching. Nothing very interesting. I just thought, seeing as I was getting the bike out, I'd throw the helmet cam on and we'd have a little ride. Take care, and I'll speak to you all soon. Maybe. Cheers and go on.